Elder John Morgan was the first speaker. He said that it was with no small degree of pleasure that he mingled his voice in worship with his brethren. He loved to testify of the truthfulness of the everlasting gospel. When he considered that for 62 years the testimony of this gospel had been sounded in the ears of the human family in all parts of the earth, it was no longer a cause for wonder that so many people were gathered on such occasions as the present conference. The immense audience in the tabernacle and the assembly hall, and the hundreds who had been turned away from both buildings, gave some idea of the hosts of Israel. These conferences were productive of great good. Those who attended them were built up and refreshed and carried away with them the spirit of kindness and love. The instructions given at the great semi-annual gatherings found echo in the hearts of the Latter-day Saints in every ward and stake of Zion. Thus was Israel benefited incalculably. When contemplating the rapid and wonderful growth of the Church during its 62 years of existence, we found much over which to marvel. Numerically, we were becoming a great people, and he felt like echoing the saying of one of God's prophets, "Give us room, that we may dwell." In years gone by, it was the custom of the leaders of the Church to call young people to build up settlements and villages, and found cities and commonwealths beyond the borders of civilization. This principle was correct and beneficial. Barren and uninviting wastes had thereby been converted into productive farms. The struggles of these young people upon the frontier were oftentimes of a trying nature, but they were imbued with the faith of God and the true spirit of pioneering. The children of parents so called naturally inherited these gifts, and as they grew to man and womanhood, they too went in search of homes in the wilderness. They took up the land, diverted the streams, and cultivated the soil. They surmounted the obstacles and overcame the difficulties common to the settlers of a new country. They were brave, industrious, and honest, and their accomplishments are eternal monuments to their memory. Today, hundreds of young men in the thickly populated districts were without any definite or fixed purpose in life. This superfluous strength should be scattered about. If it was not, these selfsame young men and their descendants would become the hewers of wood and drawers of water. By spreading out, they could take up land, and in time become possessors of valuable homes. We were surrounded by districts richly endowed both as to climate and soil and other natural resources. In extending our borders, we had passed by many such favored spots. It was wrong, the speaker said, for parents to persuade their sons and daughters to remain on the little farm at home. They should be allowed and encouraged to extend the borders of Zion and acquire titles to land which would become inheritances of incalculable worth. In our remote settlements, the cry was for more strength. In surrounding states and territories, our people were sought after as peaceable and law-abiding citizens. These states and territories offered all the facilities essential to make a people happy, independent, and prosperous.